Okay, with the Republican candidates set to debate for a second time this week, a lot has changed since their first square off here on the Fox News channel last month. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry is out, and Carly Fiorina has risen in the polls, and so has Donald Trump, despite some of the controversial remarks towards his GOP rivals. So what can we expect this Wednesday? Let's bring in Jamie Weinstein. He's the senior editor for the Daily Caller. Jamie, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, well, Trump has changed the debate strategy. So what can we expect from the candidates?
Well, I think there's a lot of plots and subplots to this debate, most of which revolve around Trump, who's really sucked still most of the oxygen up in the room. So what I think you're going to expect is you're going to see some candidates try to engage Trump, which is a very risky strategy. You've kind of seen this on the trail already with Jeb Bush taking shots at Trump. I would imagine we'd see that on the debate stage. But as they say, if you go after the king, you better take him out. This is the type of fighting that Donald Trump relishes in and succeeds in. You don't really want to get in the mud with Donald Trump. So if Jeb Bush really wants to go after Trump, he better have a clever strategy to do it, because if he doesn't succeed, he may come up looking a little bit small.
So given your analysis just now, how much performance versus how much policy will we see?
Well, I think the moderators are going to try to focus on policy. One of the moderators this time is Hugh Hewitt, the radio talk show host, a very serious interviewer. I think the best radio interviewer certainly in America. And he's going to try to probably focus on foreign policy, which is one of his big issues. But, you know, a lot of these candidates, I think, know that most of the people listening and watching, certainly Trump's rise has not been mainly due to policy. It's been to attitude. Look at Ben Carson, for instance, from the last debate. I think a lot of his rise is not necessarily the policy he was saying. It's kind of the attitude that he had. A lot of people liked the jokes he made and kind of his friendly demeanor and his kind of level-headed approach. So even if the moderators try to make this about policy, I'm not sure who wins this debate based on what the voters are seeing. Will be mainly based on the intricacies of their tax plan or their general approach to foreign policy.
And Jamie, are there any potential missteps that could have a negative impact on the GOP party as a whole, not just the individual candidate?
Oh, sure. I think that, a lot of the rhetoric around immigration, certainly that led by Donald Trump, could hurt the GOP going into November in the general election, because that's just a kind of a negative, toxic atmosphere. In fact, Donald Trump once recognized this after the 2012 election when he said Mitt Romney's talk about self-deportation was harmful to the party. It seems like he forgot that and some of the rhetoric that's going on here. So I think it could hurt, yes.
And you mentioned already, Jamie, that you feel that the voters watching the debate, they'll be looking, they kind of like attitude. They want honesty. They want straight talk. In terms of policy, though, what will they want to hear? Will they want to hear about the economy? Do they care most about foreign policy? What do you think?
Well, I think voters almost every election care about the economy. They want to see someone who's, and I think this is what Trump's rise has a lot to do with, is someone who's very confident, whether they have strong policies or not, that they can make their lives better for Americans and will make America win again. Winning is what they like. And also, of course, foreign policy plays a big role with ISIS on the march abroad and the Iran nuclear deal. They want someone they believe will make them secure. Now, do you have to have a detailed policy on that? Well, it'd be nice to. But I think a lot of this, at least in the beginning stages, is making Americans feel that you have what it takes to make them feel secure and raise their standard of living.
Okay, Jamie Weinstein, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.